everyone, it's Anna, and today I'm going to be talking about how to make your own herbal infused oil. Do you know what's in your skincare? Neither do I, mostly because I can't pronounce the ingredients myself, but I know they are filled with preservatives to increase shelf life. I think it is important to be aware of what we not only put in our bodies, but on them as well. Did you know that every cell in our body is surrounded by a lipid layer? You probably did, called a phospholipid bilayer. Just as our intestines absorb nutrients from the food we eat, our skin, the biggest organ in our body, absorbs the things we put on it. I mean, the things we can't pronounce. As you know, I still live at home, and as a family, we have been on this health journey. As after my sisters were diagnosed with celiac disease, we are becoming aware of a lot of things that we wouldn't have thought of before that could affect health now and in the future. I find this topic very interesting because I actually took an herbal medicine class at Metro. I absolutely loved it. I think that preventative medicine is a must, but we have to be active participants in our decision and health, not relying on the doctors alone. I do believe a lot of health problems are due to the things we eat, how we eat, lack of exercise, things we put on our body, excessive antibiotics, over-the-counter medications, etc. A lot of our problems are because of what we didn't know. So, I would like to take a moment and let's look at my ingredients. So, this is the oil that I have, that I chose for today. It's a grapeseed oil. I'll talk about a few more later. Here are my herbs. They are dried herbs, and for today's video I chose calendula and lavender. Here are some essential oils that we will use later on to drop them in, also known as volatile oils. There's more than this, but these are the ones we have. And then so here are some of our the vitamin E, and I'll talk about why we need that for later. And then our containers for our when we're making the oil, and then after the product after, we'll put it in there. This is our cheesecloth that we will strain in the infused oils after they're done in their little bath. They'll be strained in this, and that's that. Okay, so I just wanted to talk really quick about the things I chose and why. So, as you know, or you should know, there's a lot of different oils out there, like almond oil, castor oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, like the one I have, olive oil, and these oils all are a little bit different, and they have their own properties that they carry. So the reason why I chose grapeseed, to be in short, is because it's lightweight. It easily absorbs into the body. It's gentle. It's cheaper than a lot of the other ones, and it's odorless. That was one of the things that I wanted to achieve in my body oil. I wanted there to be no odor. For instance, you'd get an odor if you were working with olive oil or coconut oil. So yeah, those types of things when you're considering an oil. Another oil that's great is apricot oil. It is a little bit more expensive, so I would use that maybe primarily for the face, not the whole body, and it's a little bit more thicker. And then, so my herbs. I just wanted to touch on, because there's two different types of herbs, fresh and dry. So I chose lavender and calendula, and they're dried because it would be easier if I infuse them in oil, and it's easier to take out the properties from them than it would be if they were wet. If they're wet, or not wet, but if they're alive, I mean, because they're full of life and they have water, a lot of water in them. So you need more oil and definitely more fresh herbs to infuse in, so you'd get the same quality product. Okay, so let's get started. So first, let me just remove my little book here. Oh, and also I just wanted to mention, lavender is a very good herb. It's a calming herb, so that's why I chose it. And then it has antimicrobial properties as well. Most herbs do. And calendula is very good for like digestive health and a lot of skin issues. So it could be, actually, you can take in calendula, but you can also apply it to topically. So today, I'm going to put all of my herbs into this container. So these are the herbs that I've selected for today, and I'm gonna put, well, I guess not all of them, but some of them, half of it. So when you're doing this process, you don't need to, so I have a 20-ounce jar. You can use any jar from home. It does not have to be store-bought. It doesn't have to be anything beautiful. It could be any glass jar that you have. Glass is perfect for this, like this project. So put in as much as you want. There is no rule. When you're making herbal things, there's not really a set rule of how much you should have to how much. You could do, I don't know, a few teaspoons of this or that. It's not very, there's no like written rule. It's kind of what you want. So now I'm going to take some calendula, and I'm just going to kind of slide it in here. I'm keeping in mind that this jar on it says it's 20 ounces, and I don't want a lot of product. And the reason why I don't want a lot of product is because this stuff, I'm not going to be using preservatives except vitamin E, and the fact that my herbs are kind of preservative properties within themselves. So I don't want to use I don't want to make too much of a batch. I know I have like little siblings at home and everybody else who might want to use it from home. So I think we'll use it up and it'll work. But I don't want to make too much. That's the thing about making your own stuff, is that you don't want to overdo it, because if you do and you don't use it up, you essentially wasted it, and it does go bad. It goes bad. It goes bad faster than like store-bought things. Obviously, because they have preservatives in them. So I used about that much. Let's see. So I think that's about, let me put a little bit more. I'm trying to have like an inch from the oil and the herbs. I don't know if you could see that, but like, yeah, I think that might be good. All right, then I'm gonna close it. So now the waiting game begins. Every day, and I'm not gonna be able to finish this whole project in front of you because it would be a 2-week wait for you to see the finale. So this is what I did so far. I infused my herbs into the grapeseed oil. Now I'm going to, I need to find a place where I could keep this at a constant temperature, either anywhere from 100 to 120 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 weeks. So why we're doing that is because heat is going to help us extract the properties from the herbs, so it will go into my oil. So when I take out the herbs afterward to be able to use the oil, I'll have those properties in there. So I'm gonna keep this warm for 2 whole weeks. And what you're gonna do every day, what my teachers always told me when I was taking that herbal medicine class, she was like, you're gonna put your love in there. And you're gonna shake it with love, and you're gonna talk to it, and like, you know, say how much you love it and how much it's gonna do good for you because it's natural, and because you've chosen those products to serve you, in a way to serve you. And be mindful of what you're doing and how it is going to serve you. So I'll just talk about, I'll put this on heat later on, but I just want to talk about what you would do afterward. So, so after those 2 weeks pass in that constant temperature, you are going to take your cloth, you're going to strain out separate the herbs from the oil, and then eventually that's going to go into the amber container. Why it needs an amber container? Because amber is going to help, this container is going to help protect it from like artificial light, sunlight, if you accidentally forget and leave it on a counter that's in view of the sun. So things like that. So yeah, and I would definitely store it in like a cool, dry place. When you're done doing the straining, I would put in like 5 to 7 drops of vitamin E. Vitamin E, as I said before, it helps increase shelf life. So I would definitely put that in anyway, even if you use it up fast. Vitamin E is a good vitamin for overall. Yeah, and I would just store in a cool, dry place. All right. So I hope you learned how easy it is to make your own body oil. I apologize that I can't finish the project with you guys and show you the straining method. Not that there is one, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And putting it in here and using it. So yeah, but I hope you learned how easy it is to make your own body oil. And I think I mentioned before, this making your own oils is the beginning of being able to do anything else, like making a chapstick, making salves, lotions, creams, muscle rubs, those types of things. Obviously, you'd use different herbs, maybe even different oils, but yeah. And also how efficient it is to make your own and knowing what you put in it. I hope you had fun watching this video as much as I had making it. Thanks.